Welcome to another exciting episode of Saturday Shade. I'm your host, Nene Kabutey. And as part of last week's conversation, we're just going to keep continuing talking about what we talked about, and that was sleeping with the wrong person. But the continuation talks about having kids with the wrong person. So it's like, wow, it really connects both to each other. So as always, don't forget to hashtag the Saturday Shade. Join us on Twitter, Kabutey, on Instagram, Saturday Shade. And I still have some lovely ladies here with me as well, Shakirah and Makeda. You ready to get into this?
Yes, sir.
The previous episode was like hot, so I know this is going to be more. Okay, so the next one we're talking about is like having babies or having kids with the wrong person. People are like, what does it mean the wrong person? I know, I'll give an example, no, baby mama drama or baby daddy drama. It's pretty much boils down to that, because if you know what you're going to get into, I'm sure you probably would have not even agreed to having kids with that person. Granted, sometimes you can't really tell how life works. Things happen. We all like to say shit happens and it just happens and things go sour. But what do you think about that, like, having babies with the wrong people?
I think that too many people do it. And that's like one of my biggest fears, because I believe my parents did it and I turned out decent considering. But you don't have to draw your drop. You have to make that face, but
no, it shook my life. Like, whoo.
Yeah. I mean, when my dad, came inside of my mom, she was addicted to drugs. He shouldn't have done that, period. So my biggest fear for the longest time was, I don't want to have kids with the wrong person. I don't want my child to struggle or feel less than, or feel like, they're not done right by their parents. So yeah, that's my biggest fear. But I think I found my person. I'm done being a hot girl. So I'm excited to yes, I'm excited to, have mini-me's and have a healthy establishment and a healthy just a healthy balance for my kids.
I have a quick question for you, though. I mean, you brought it up, so I'm going to ask you if it's okay. You can actually talk about it. If not, you don't have to. You said, when your dad got together with your mom, she was on drugs, right? Do you think maybe it was kind of like she was trapped into having kids, or what do you think that situation looked like, or what do you know about it now?
Yeah, so actually, when my dad met my mom, she was not on drugs. She already had 2 children.
Okay.
They were perfectly healthy, but throughout their relationship, she ended up getting addicted to drugs.
Got it.
And then she got pregnant with me. Mm-hmm.
Got it. But so, you turn out fine, though, so hey.
Yeah,
cool. Okay.
I think I'm good.
Makeda.
That's a tricky question. And why I say it's a tricky question is because, I don't have children right now. I do plan on having children. And like she said, I want it to be in a very healthy form, with a healthy, partner as well. Why I say it's a tricky question is because you saying like, you have a baby with the wrong person is like, in a way you're dissing your baby. Like, I feel like any baby is a blessing, no matter how they come. 2 people lay down, you guys knew the chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have sex with someone, there's a chance you can get pregnant.
It's like, what is about to happen without using one of these right here, without using one of these. Oops.
Exactly. So,
without using one of these.
Right. So, and even sometimes that bursts, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. No matter how many methods you take to try to protect yourself, there will always be a chance of you getting pregnant. It's just nature and it's just life, So this is why you have to be mindful of the partners you do have sex with, because when that chance does come, you end up pregnant, don't be surprised, especially the guys. The guys really, they work my nerves with, how did you get pregnant? Like, what do you mean?
Right, you were there.
You know what I'm saying? Were you not there? I think you were there. You didn't have a twin to my collection, so what I'm saying?
That's even, but like you said, sometimes the condom does bust. Let's be honest. Exactly. Sometimes people do that on purpose because they know what you're doing.
Exactly. So that's why I say anytime you have sex, there's always a chance. So if you're gonna have sex, okay, I might get pregnant and I might not get pregnant. So I don't necessarily really, it's like I say, it's a very tricky question. I don't necessarily believe, having sex with the wrong person, you have to, because like I said, I don't want to call
Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, like we talk about, like how I said, like, sometimes you start off like very lovey-dovey, like it's just going on good, then shit happens and it's like it becomes sour. It's like that wasn't the plan. No one wanted it to be that way, but it's happening right now. So it's like, what do you do next? Like
exactly. And when a baby comes into a picture, you know, most men, their demeanor changes. You know what I'm saying? Their mind changes. Everything about them changes. If you are in a healthy relationship, might not. But you know, if you're not, those demeanor and changes does happen. So you know, then it becomes. You have that point in the state of Texas to 25 weeks if you want to go handle that or if you don't want to go handle it.
Wow.
You have 25 weeks to figure that out. And if you are having drama within the first month, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that brings it like, you know, to absent parents in their kids' lives, you know. Mm-hmm. Because it could be the father will not be around or the mom will not be around, you know. And it's like it doesn't give the kids like a stable relation. It's like
exactly. We have a lot of broken homes.
Exactly. Yeah, and you know, and I feel like
even though we are women and it's our choice, it's our body, I believe, you know, the men, you know, their opinions also has a chance because the man straight up telling you, oh, I ain't gonna be there. You ain't got no right to call him a deadbeat daddy. He told you before the baby was born, before the baby had a heartbeat, that he wasn't going to be around. You decided to go along and go, and you know, more power to you because you know, not a lot of women has the strength. You know, some women are very much pro-choice, so you know, you have more power to you. But if you're listening to the guy and the guy told you this is how he is and he's not going to be, you have no right.
Like, he told you once, you better stick with that script. Like,
exactly. Okay. Exactly. You know, I don't know. You know, women, we have this thing like we want to change a man and we can't. He's a man.
Listen, I was talking about this on one of my other episodes, and I was like, we all want like this perfect like life relationship, like whatever, right? Or perfect husbands or perfect wives. But guess what? There's none. If you want one, you got to build it. So I'm like, that's a long time. If you can't build it,
pick your favorite ain't shit person.
Right. Because building somebody or something is not going to ever last if you have to be the one to do it. Until somebody is ready and wanting to change and be a different version of themselves, you could work hard until you're blue in the face and they could leave you and go be the perfect man for a different person.
Somebody else. It's like now you done put all this work and all this energy to somebody who does not even.
Hello.
I have a few friends who actually went through that, and I'm ready to fight them little Negroes for them, okay? Because you are not because I'm not going to let you do it to my sister or if like I feel like people have to realize certain things we do, we think like it doesn't come back to us. It will. In the future,
karma's bitch.
Karma is a real one. Like karma don't play.
She don't bitch.
Karma does not play at all. You know, and then like I said, I'm happy like all the conversations we're actually having is like leading to like the next question anyway. So a friend of mine and I were talking about this topic and we're like, you know, what if the parents want to deny their kids, right? And I was like, honestly, most of the times we've only heard about most fathers denying their kids. We don't really hear them for the mothers because guess what? They have the baby, so it's like they cannot deny their kid.
Oh, please, we got those.
For sure.
You definitely got some of those.
Wow, yeah. You've been carrying like the baby for like 9 months?
Especially
for me, I wouldn't.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, babe.
No, you go ahead.
I was saying, especially the ones that, because they hate the father, they hate the kid as well. Especially if the kid looks like the father. Oh, bless it. Bless it. Oh God.
Actually, Tyler Perry actually had a movie about that. I forgot it because Bow Wow was like the kid. But you know, I don't know if you guys remember. Tiana Taylor was actually in what's called the movie Byron. Yeah, I forgot the title, but literally, if you think about it now, it's like, oh wow, because I think she got raped by one of her uncles or whatever, and to make it very kind of like not a huge issue for the family, everyone called him like the younger brother. Like
yes, I remember that.
You know, until like shit went down at the family function. You know, family functions are when like things go left. It was like, oops, more tea. Let me see. What else y'all got to say?
No, facts. I was just going to say, for me, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, I've seen deadbeat moms. I wouldn't say that my mom was a deadbeat, but she wasn't in my life at all. But that was by the choice of my dad. My dad removed me from her. But I have friends whose mom, like, I have friends who were raised by a single dad. Their mom wanted nothing to do with them. One of my friends in particular, and when he was a teenager, like 15, he went to go live with his mom. And he asked, like, Mom, why don't you? And he had 6 brothers, y'all. And he was like, why don't you love me and my brothers? Like, what did we do? Like, why did you leave us like that? And she literally said, fuck y'all and your dad. Like, just evil. So it can happen. I think it's rare, but of course it's easier for a man to be a terrible parent because, like you said, you don't have that connection. You didn't carry the baby for 9 months, whatever. But it's a thing. It happens. It definitely does happen. And it's really sad. And again, that's why I fear, I'm nervous about having kids because I have those mommy issues. I have those neglect issues when it comes to my mom. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be a bad mom to my daughter. You don't want to
put on your kids. I exactly. Get it, And I mean, have you tried therapy? I know it doesn't work.
Oh, I'm in therapy right now. Okay, every other Sunday at noon. Yep.
No, that was because, I mean, just listen to what she said. Like the lady told her sons, like, she doesn't, that alone can actually affect that young man for a very long time.
Absolutely. And this man now is 32 years old, like a grown-ass man, and it still affects him. Does
he have kids?
He's got kids. Him and his dad are still very close. His dad's his best friend. But
is he married or he just have a kid?
He has 3 kids.
Okay, so
of his own.
Of his own.
Yeah, he's married and has 3 kids of his own. And recently his mom got terminally ill about 2 years ago, and she apologized to him. But this is 15 years. Right. 15 years after saying those evil things to him, and his brother. So and he's like, I forgive her, but
that pain is not, I mean, you can forgive, but I don't think that pain will just disappear because as a teenager, seeing your friends being on like their parents all the time, and yours just tells you, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, just evil. Earth. Yeah.
That don't make. Yeah.
Why do they wait till they deathbed?
Because all that karma that we're just talking about is literally clawing away. That karma
is karma.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And I've seen it. I want to say I've seen it. Let me just say I've seen it on movies. Actually, no, I've seen it in real life as well, where the mother has actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have an acquaintance. She used to be a friend of mine.
Okay.
She's not an acquaintance. So I had an acquaintance where she had her first child very young, and that child lives with the father, and she has another child, and she has nothing to do with the first child, but she takes care of the other child. That child is well taken care of. But that first child, you would never know she had another child. If you didn't know her back then, and you only knew her now, you would never know she has another child. You would think that's her only son.
That's heartbreaking.
It is.
So that means it's you know what? I'm not in that situation. I don't know how to talk, but it's just like, God damn,
It's sad. It's like, okay, for me, it's just like you have that emotionally bond with that
connection.
How can you just forget? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to judge or anything. I've never been in that position, but it's just like, how can you forget your other child?
Mm-hmm. And I always say this, like if I'm in a place to be selfish enough to not put my kid first, guess what? Like you said, I'm going to the clinic because I want to be selfless when I have kids. I don't want to. I want it to be a no-brainer. Yeah.
I don't want to be. I might stir this up. This might be a controversial thing I'm about to say. So just a little disclaimer. I don't want to be that person. My daughter saved my life. I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of, someone made it very clear. I think it was a hood healer. I love her. Is your child a distraction or really a blessing? Because a lot of people, their children were just a distraction from what they were going through.
Damn, that's real.
And why they put, my child saved me. No, your child only distracted you. You really need to go heal because you're not really healed.
And you know what? That's real. And people say, like, a lot of people, let's say you go through something traumatic at 16. If you don't heal from it, you're still 16 up here.
Yeah, so repetitive. It's happening. It's like it's a cycle. Yeah. It just keeps happening.
And somebody
you just repress it in your mind.
Exactly.
But whatever situation happens, it's going to unfold. You're still 16.
Exactly. And I know somebody who's very close to me that I won't even say in case they watch it, who had a baby at 16. She's not 40. Had a baby at 16, and she repeated the same toxic cycle that her mom repeated on her because she didn't get a chance to heal from all those demons of her adolescence. And now she's 40, her daughter's 24, and they have a terrible toxic relationship, just as her and her mom have a toxic relationship.
You would think maybe they'll actually be, because they're probably like closer, and I mean, not close enough in age, but at least pretty much have like a very nice, mother-daughter.
No, it's toxic as shit.
Some people are just set and stuck in their ways.
Oh, damn.
Now I will play devil's advocate with you, though. I've seen people who have that mindset, my child saved me, and I saw them do a complete 180 and actually really change their life. But oftentimes, you're right. It's just a mask. It's just a cover up.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Covering all up. I mean, they do. I mean, they really do. So I'm going to put you ladies in a very quick, scenario, okay? What if you get pregnant, right? With someone, you know the person, but the person starts to deny the baby, right? And you want the person to like take like the paternity test, and they don't want to take it. How would you react to that? Or how would that make you feel?
I would probably go behind their back and find something of theirs.
These days, technology, you can actually use even the hand stuff to do it. So
I would feel offended. Definitely, for sure, feel offended, especially if that person knows me, and if they know me, they know you're probably the only person I was having sex with. So I would definitely feel offended and disappointed. And in the long run, it's not going to affect me. It's going to affect the child.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's heartbreaking. I would feel offended too. And for me, again, this is why I'm not ready to have kids. Especially not with the wrong person. Yeah, like I would feel away. Even if they came around and did the test and was a part of the kid, I would always be like, remember when? Like, I'm still kind of petty right now.
Yeah, thinking about, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, especially you all posting picture with the kid. I'm like, okay, I remember when you wasn't even trying to take a picture, but okay. So
right, that's your kid now.
Now that you know it's you for real. Oh, you taking pictures, you coming to everything. Oh my God,
that reminds me.
Can't tell the child. Some parents tell the child, but I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
do you guys watch? It's a show on OWN. It's actually called Love and Marriage Huntsville. Do you guys watch it at all?
I've never heard of it.
So it's a reality show about people who live in Huntsville, Alabama, right? And one of the couple actually, they've been together for long since like I think college. That's what they met. They actually built a business together. Now they have 4 kids, and the youngest one probably just turned 1 or 2 like a few weeks ago, a week ago, whatever. But before they had like their 4th daughter, right, the 4th kid, the husband was actually cheating. And called the lady he was cheating with a hood rat or whatever, some damaging name. I'm like, yo, for real though? Like, you sliding in that lady's DM and do all this stuff, and you're gonna be on TV calling it all kinds of names, right? Long story short, guess what? The quote unquote hood rat is actually pregnant, and now he and his wife are actually divorcing, right? And it's like, yo, can't you see what you're doing? And he's actually spiraling out of like control because he doesn't have control over his soon-to-be ex-wife anymore. He's out here like saying his ex-wife was cheating and stuff. And then she was like, wait, we were not together. And if I was talking to different people, I had the right to talk to those people because guess what? We were not together. And still to him, the wife was cheating. I'm like, please someone make that make sense to me. Please.
A lot of niggas have that mindset.
People business. Because that's tricky. Like, if you're married and like, were they legally separated? Because if you're married, that is considered cheating.
Legally separated.
Oh, if you're legally separated, she didn't cheat then. And so what? You cheated on her first. Listen, you got a whole lady pregnant. You have no
men are so possessive. You could be moved on. Y'all could both be remarried.
Not all of us, though.
Huh?
Not all of us.
Most men are. Yeah, you're right. Not all. Most men are very possessive. Just my man.
So my brothers, I got y'all on this one. Just don't be crazy, okay?
I really hate generalizing, so I actually apologize for that because that's not true.
That's fine.
But most men are just possessive. They could have been completely moved on. He could be remarried to the hood rat and still calling her a cheater. Like most niggas are weird. Listen, that's all.
And it sucks. And I hate because I always tell people like, especially people who are actually married, when they actually kind of like cheat and do stuff, they're like, well, it's your fault. How is that your wife's fault if you stepped out? Because when you took the vows, it said for better or for worse. So even if it's a bad day for y'all, if it's a house, sleep in different rooms. If it's an apartment with a 1-bedroom, sleep in the living room. Like, somebody give each other space because I feel like that actually helps you to have like a very healthy relationship. Because if it's not, it's always going to be chaos. And when there are kids involved, it just keeps like happening over.
You need to define what worse is, so men are not confused.
And women too.
Facts.
You know.
Yeah. Women do cheat. Let me not say that. So because we are
Everybody
better
cheat.
We're better at. I don't cheat.
I've never cheated before.
So. What I know how it is. I know how it feels to be cheated on. So I never would want to put someone in that position.
That's true, yeah. So I've never done it before. I don't see myself doing it. So
I have cheated. I've actually never been cheated on to my knowledge, but I've definitely cheated, and it will never happen again.
That's it's rare that I hear women.
Come on, girl. Ooh.
It's so rare I hear women admit to cheating. So props to you protecting accountability.
Thank you.
I think, I mean, for an example, okay, so I come from like this African background, right? So honesty is like everything is like perfect. Like you don't see any flaws in anything you do or whatever, right? I'm like, I think we need to get to a point where we need to like be open and have certain conversations. Certain things I mean, I'm not asking people to put like their whole business in like front row for people to judge them or whatever. But certain things, we need to be open to talk about. That's why when people judge people on like reality TVs, I'm like, sometimes let's not be too judgmental, because whatever they're going through that we see on TV is actually helping someone else that you don't know.
Right.
Because I'm sure, these days people are going to talk about like, infidelity, like often because we've seen on TV so much right now. But I think back in the day, you probably barely hear about that. Even if it's like your husband or wife was cheating, it's like you can't even talk about it. It's just like you just roll the punches.
Left under the rug.
Right.
Not anymore in 2021.
Right. And that's why I don't really glamorize a lot of these. Oh, we're been together for 54 years. Okay. Were 20 of them him cheating?
Was it any fights? It doesn't have to be physical, but like arguing and stuff like that, I'm like, let us know all the details, because I feel like...
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, a lot of women, because, women, we didn't have a lot of rights back then, so they had to stay in that...
Like the quote-unquote stay in the child's place, stay like in a woman's place.
Right, exactly. And of course, I'm pretty sure it's very rare, but I'm pretty sure you have those lengthy relationships where cheating did not happen. But I feel like majority of the time, cheating happened because he's sleeping with Susan up the road and then got a child.
Not Susan, and Becky down the street.
You know what I'm saying?
And even if cheating didn't happen, like you see people who have been married for years and they've been loyal, but they're fucking miserable. Like they hate each other.
Right.
That does not count.
Yeah, I think in the ethnic culture, right? I think because divorce is not an option, most people just stay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the show.
Not in this century now.
Yeah, I was watching the show with Shakirah Underwood. Like, she's a host on the talk, right? And she said she wants to get married again. But she wants a husband who is okay living in a separate house, and she lives in a separate house. I said,
right. I think Whoopi does that, huh? Whoopi.
I think so. I've heard about it. Yeah.
I didn't know Whoopi was dating anyone. I've been waiting for her to come out.
No, she's talked about that before, but that was back in the day. But it's not. I don't think it's happening now. But it's like she's talked about that before, because I feel like it's not always going to be peaches and cream. Look at Kanye and Kim.
Right.
After 7 years.
I call that from the beginning.
They did way better than I expected, honestly.
That's true.
No, way longer too.
That's true.
I was not expecting them to last for 7 years at all.
Yeah, and most people don't realize that when they do certain things like this, as we wrap up, I'm like, it does affect the family. From not only the kids as a family, but the extended family, like the grandparents, the parents, the uncles, because everyone wants to be together. I don't know about y'all, but my family, we keep like a very close, tight bond. So we are like close, okay? I don't share everything with them though. So since they're gonna be watching this, I don't share everything with y'all. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I don't want to know about y'all. But it does affect families in different ways. Certain things do affect, and I don't think when people are going through or making those decisions, they think about their families. Granted, like when you're going through shit like that, all you care about is yourself. Anybody else, you don't give a damn, because guess what? You are in that predicament right now. You are going through that. I cannot tell you how to feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So from your perspective, okay, I don't know how you guys are going to feel with your families when such things happen. And if it does happen, how would you react to that?
Well, I think her and I have both established that we're not close with our families. So it's a little different for me. Yeah, it's different for me. I'm not close to my family at all, so I really don't care. But like when I think about like my ex-boyfriend / future boyfriend / husband's family, they're very close. And
you just have to do all that right now.
Yes, they're very close and tight knit. So even our breakup affected all of them to a certain extent, because he Oh, why do you make that face?
No, I was like, it did affect them though, but are they aware it was your, I mean.
No, they know that I cheated and they still love me. I love them. But anyway, yes, they know the truth. And so it affected
But
things.
that's a good thing though, because now they know what to expect.
Not what to expect, because it's not going to happen again.
I mean, not like that, but they know, like, it's happened. If you guys are going to get back together, they know it's meant to be, because most people who end up like getting cheated or whatever don't always come back together.
Bounce back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Especially when it's the woman who fucked up. Niggas are usually too about that. But
we are over emotional.
Yeah.
Y'all know that.
Yeah, but anywho, no, his family, it definitely affects them. It affected all of them. He moved back home, so that's a automatic effect. Like you said, up to his grandma, everyone's affected, because when you care about somebody's a part of your family, and there's a whole big lifestyle change. Of course, it's a ripple effect.
You better than me, because I would never be okay being around them anymore. I'll be like,
his sisters, I'd be avoiding them. They still,
I think we watching you, Shakirah. We watching you.
I know what you did.
Yeah, literally.
No, his sisters, they don't even rock with me. They don't rock with me. But his parents and his grandma, God bless her, and his cousins were cool. I still gotta warm up to the sisters again. So
I think it's possible, especially if after everything you guys have been through and still trying to make it work, it's possible. I think just give them time. Just sometimes, just like just keep trying, because I know you love him. So rooting for y'all, okay? I'm ready to be at a wedding, okay?
Yeah,
so I can look fancy a little bit, okay? No, but yeah, I mean, this was so good. I mean, thank you so much, ladies. Before we wrap it up, any advice you want to give to people who end up having kids with the wrong people or the wrong person?
You made your bed, lay on it.
Ooh.
See, I don't feel like I
wasn't even ready
give
for that.
Advice.
I mean, advice in the sense that, I mean, we all haven't been through it, so we can't really, but something to give them something like hope, but she said, you lay your bed, lay on it. Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
She's right.
It made me hot.
She's right.
And my AC is on, but I'm still hot.
She's right.
I mean, yeah, because you opened your leg or you inserted it. So you made your bed, laying it, sleeping it, rolling it.
And also now, don't be selfish. If you're deciding to bring that kid into the world, it's not about you.
Exactly.
Wow.
It's about that kid now.
Wow. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining this episode. I really enjoyed having you ladies speak on this in particular, because, it's ongoing. I'm sure we are not going to be the first ones to talk about it, but I think at least, our perspective is going to help other people as well. We are not, let me tell you, I'm not nobody's counselor, okay? But sometimes I be telling folks, don't do that. It's not right. And watch me turn around and do the same thing. But, that's just a human nature, okay?
Right.
We do that all the time. So, but,
listen to me. Don't follow me.
Exactly, okay?
Do as I say, not as I do.
Thank you. I was trying to say that. I just couldn't remember exactly how to go. Thank y'all so much, and listeners. Thank you guys for tuning in so much and listening to this week's episode, and viewers as well. Don't forget to join the conversation and with the hashtag Saturday Shit, because Saturday Shit, it's all about the fun. Thank you for listening. For watching.